Welcome back to Final Fantasy XIV, where we are standing on the moon in front of this building here, whatever. We were escorted here by Argos with our friends to find whoever is assist us to carry everyone to the moon and away from a planet or something. Anyway, Heidelin made a contingency plan in case the final days returned. And we are here to get help with that. Truly a marvel beyond description. Its scale is reminiscent of Amarat, or rather, the replica we visited in the first.
Our moonship pilot should be around here somewhere. Is that right?
A Final Fantasy IV victory fun fam.
Look lively, everyone! I know, this 1243rd inspection is a mite ahead of schedule, but it is of the utmost importance, for Zodiac, alas, is no more. As of now, our mighty moon has a new purpose, to bear the people of Etheirys to safety! Our time has come, my friends! We must be swifter than swift. There is much to do before our guests arrive. I expect your workstations to be immaculate, and don't forget to relay our signal to Etheirys. Questions? Yes? No? Maybe so? No? Then hop to it!
"'Tis a rather curious crew she hath chosen. Their endearing forms intended to ease the passengers' hearts, perhaps."
Leandre likes cute beings.
Perhaps.
I find Leandre's reasoning somewhat flimsy, but the crew seems amicable enough. Given the present crisis, Heidelin doubtless sought to facilitate cooperation betwixt pilot and passenger. Indeed, it would require a heart as hard as diamond to raise one's voice in anger to beings possessed of such profound saccharinity. A hairy situation. They must be the Loporrits mentioned in the Watcher's records. Or as Final Fantasy IV calls them, the Hummingways. Not at all what I expected, but the Watcher did bid us heed their counsel. I assume the one who gave that rousing speech was their leader. We might have to ask about in order to track him down. Come on then, let us be about it. The Loporrits all appear to have set about their tasks. Where's their leader, I wonder? I only saw them from a distance, but their fur was brown, if it helps at all. Such a fascinating apparatus. Oh, it's hard to believe it could house so many crew members. Even so, there's nothing else here to suggest other types of accommodation. So all the fun the traders and affairs were getting up to, and I thought to myself, hey, I could do that. So yeah, I'm eagerly awaiting your patronage and bicolor gemstones. Trading way. You heard him. The leader of the crew? Not me, I'm afraid. Singway is the name. I'm in charge of construction and maintenance of the atmosphere circulation system. Only the crispest, cleanest air for the people of Ephraim, and that's a promise. Leader? No. Sleeping way. My job is perhaps I'd better ask. What? How the... When did you get here? Who let you in? Why wasn't I told? What was that supposed to be? Your humming, if one can even call it that, is atrociously off-key. It should sound more like this. As leader of the Loporrits, I cannot allow substandard attempts at musicality to go unremarked, even if you are a guest. But being the magnanimous sort that I am, I forgive you this once. Well, looks like you beat us here. Your friends, I take it? Is this all of them? For now. A group comprised entirely of children. What must their parents be thinking? This isn't a nursery after all, though perhaps we should build one. Or did we already build one? No matter, you needn't worry your pretty little heads. All will be well, I promise. But goodness me, we shouldn't be standing about gaping. I must take you to meet the others. If you could run along back toward the entrance, you'll find a path that leads to the central platform on the upper floor. There's no wrong way to reach it, but it's the large glowing ball at the center, if you should find yourself lost. I shall gather the others and meet you there. Well then, back to the upper floor it is. Children? The town theme of Final Fantasy IV is running in the background. I just noticed right now. It is astounding how the Loporrits, despite their diminutive stature, are able to maintain such gargantuan facilities. Given their size, getting from one end of this place to the other must be exhausting. I honestly don't know how they do it. The etheric composition density of the sphere is quite similar to the crystalline concepts we have seen before. It likely shares their capacity for storing memories and knowledge. Visitors, at last, welcome!
Right, of course. Introductions are in order. Ahem. My name is Livingway, and we are the Loporrits, created for the express purpose of commanding this ship and bearing the people of Aetheris to a brave new world.
Have I ever mentioned that I don't like these type of feepsy voices? I find them slightly painful to the ears, and that is unpleasant.
More specifically, I am the one whom she charged with the execution of her most vital plans. You might say I'm her right paw. Livingway's the name. Map reader and navigator of the heavens.
Pleasure to meet you all, but I'm still trying to make sense of this.
Confusion and bewilderment are completely understandable. Fear not, I shall walk you through it. The people of Aetheris, through no fault of your own, I'm sure, set in motion a series of events that, unfortunately, culminated in Zodiac's obliteration.
Well, I don't know about no fault of our own, right? Anyway, onward to go.
A Acutely aware of the imminent crisis, your parents sent you little ones on ahead while they began the necessary preparations. Still not following? No? Very well, I shall elaborate further. Here, we have Atheris, your home, and the moon, where we are now. Without Zodiac around to keep things lively, so to speak, the celestial currents of the star have doubtless begun to degrade. A calamity of apocalyptic proportions will be visited upon Atheris, bringing an end to all life. Very sad, that.
So too hath the Watcher claimed. By thine unperturbed countenance, I gather this eventuality was anticipated.
The doom and gloom. Oh yes, quite expected. Imagine, if you will, that Atheris is a delicious carrot that I've forgotten to eat and left out in the midday sun. The most earnest wishes or prayers will not stop it from rotting to the core. So sadly, there's nothing to be done but to abandon said carrot, Atheris, in case the metaphor is lost on you, to its grisly fate.
And this moon will serve as the vessel to deliver us to a new home.
Just so! We will gather up as many people, supplies, and resources as our stores will hold. And then, once everyone is aboard, it's off to another star. Easier said than done, admittedly, for one does not simply hop from star to star on a whim, which is precisely why we've spent countless years constructing the most propulsive of propulsion systems. We ought to make it to our destination in 2 shakes of a rabbit's tail.
How long is that?
Impressive technology. I dare say it is beyond anything we have ever seen.
No need to shower us with praise. All we've done is faithfully carry out the instructions left to us by Heidelin. Back in the old days, when she was still just Venar, she was dedicated to the study of the world and its inner workings. And the Watcher, the real one, not the simulacrum you met, was one of her fellow researchers. We and this wondrous vessel masquerading as a moon are products of their knowledge and know-how.
There's certainly more to you all than meets the eye. Might I ask where exactly you intend to take us?
We identified a few promising candidates for resettlement some time ago, but we cannot guarantee that they are fit for habitation. Moreover, the ship can only travel in short bursts. We intend to go down our list, hopping from star to star, until we find one suitable for resettlement. No need to worry, though. The vessel is being refurbished with accommodation for an extended stay as we speak. While we did have to rely upon outside help to determine what amenities were essential, I dare say we have risen to the challenge.
Help? From who?
From you and yours! Who else? Each time we woke to perform regularly scheduled maintenance, we were greeted by the resources you sent us. What better way to learn about preferences and proclivities of our present-day charges? Ah, but you're still adorable little children. Perhaps your elders were responsible for the deliveries.
I'm not sure what led you to conclude otherwise, but I can assure you that we are all grown men and women, and I very much doubt my elders know this place exists, much less how to send you so much as a starlight missive.
What? Then who in blazes let you on my moon?
Heidelin.
Heidelin herself led you here. You don't say! Well, that's really not children. Then why are you so small and stunted? Like little baby carrot people.
Well, Amarotines were a great deal taller. In the present day, persons of such prodigious size are exceedingly rare.
So, you're saying everyone's not like the Watcher? Oh, confound it all! Someone could have at least scribbled a note about your profound miniaturization.
That tome in thy possession.
Oh, this? One of the first books sent to us. A compendium of the people of Atheris, with a few blank pages at the back for minor corrections and updates as needed. The sum total of our knowledge of your kind is contained in these pages. I thought it was abridged and made small for our benefit, but this isn't a regular-sized book, is it?
Panic!
Building Way, can you hear me? Yes, we're all very busy. Change of plans. I need you to rebuild the domiciles at 1/3 the scale. All of them. Yes, all of them, and but me no buts. See to it with all speed.
Perhaps you could tell us a bit more about your terrestrial collaborators.
Yes, in due time. But first, I'd like to hear more about you, if it's all the same. I'd rather not risk any other complications due to outdated knowledge of our passengers-to-be.
Oh dear. I certainly hope Building Will can complete the renovations before more guests arrive. Perhaps you should leave them as they are? That way you'd have more space to lounge about. I should have realized something was amiss when Living Way referred to us as children. Whatever delightful misconceptions do they hold, I wonder? It is unfortunate that the domiciles were constructed in error, but their willingness to perform such sweeping renovations is a testament to their commitment. I cannot fathom the resources required for facilities so vast. Why do I get the feeling we're going to have our hands full dealing with the Loporrits? Purple carrot juice. Right then. Now that you're here, we need you to teach us all you can about your people, and quickly. It won't be long before final days are upon us in all their terrible grandeur, so it's imperative that we are prepared to receive our passengers-to-be. If there's anything at all, that may displease them, it must be addressed post-haste. And address it we shall. Here at Bestways Borough, we have assembled everything required to offer our guests the best way forward. We have produced myriad amenities we understand to be essential for day-to-day living, and wish to hear your opinions on them. I'm sure you've all worked up an appetite, so why don't we start with foodstuffs? Meet me in the curatorium, and we'll see about filling your bellies. She does not want her enthusiasm. The notion of Atheris rotting to its core being a matter of course is rather concerning, though. Nevertheless, let us take this opportunity to learn more of the Loporrits and this vessel. Jump! As for spies with peculiar sentinels patrolling the vicinity, approach them with caution, or better yet, not at all, for they make no distinction between friend or foe. Am I the only one who suspects we are not going to find anything edible whatsoever? Given their earlier confusion regarding our size, I cannot help but wonder if they even know the first thing about us. You're a lot smaller than we expected, but I trust you will still have large appetites, yes? Welcome to the Curatorium. Here we create prototypes of various sundries required by our soon-to-be passengers. Allow me to introduce the head of foodstuff production. Cooking Way. Pleasure to meet you all. Our work has involved no small amount of trial and error, but after many, many cycles of painstaking labor, I dare say we have created the finest cuisine our guests could ask for. I've learned all about the essential nutrients for a healthy and balanced diet from the reference materials we received. Why, I've practically worn the words from these invaluable pages. Naturally, we've also considered ease of growth and production. We will not want for ingredients. I must insist you try some. We have fresh stock recently prepared on account of, well, because we just woke up and we're all quite famished. Hop along the platform here and you'll find a storage unit full to bursting with delectable delights. Help yourselves to anything you like. Barely get up here. You open the storage unit and find a rainbow-colored assortment of carrots. Take the unassuming orange carrot. From front to tip, no scratches or blemishes mar this immaculate specimen. Nevertheless, if not for its excessive length and girth, one might think it was an ordinary carrot. On second thought, you elect to simply take an obscenely large carrot for now. Due to its bizarre qualities, it would be prudent to ask Cooking Way whether it's safe to eat first. So, did any of our selections set your mouth to watering? Obscenely large carrot. Even Vieira are like to swoon at the sight of so grand a carrot. Bet or be offended by all those who assume that they would. Ah yes, a fine choice. One of my personal favorites, actually. Please dig in. I'm eager to hear what you think. I'm eager to hear what you think of our work. I'm sure there's some small room for improvement, but I'm confident you'll be satisfied. With great trepidation, you take a bite out of a carrot. There is a satisfying crunch as you sink your teeth into the orange skin, and a warm, tingling sensation runs down your spine. With a second bite, a wave of euphoria washes over you, and you drown in bliss. Alas, as you finish, the elation fades, leaving you with a desperate craving for another carrot. Carrot of happiness. That sounds like a drug. What do you think? Unlike anything you've ever tasted, yes? The carrot of happiness is full to bursting with nutrients and is guaranteed to leave you feeling satisfied. It's a staple among us Loporrits. We have plenty other varieties too. Bleeding carrots to improve blood flow, dream carrots to help with sleep. So you see, we have a carrot for every occasion. I can certainly see demand for this in Charlian. Charlian, what in blazes is that? I take it you too had a wide assortment of carrots to choose from and not else. If I may ask, what exactly did these collaborators share with you about cuisine on Etheris? Surely you are aware we have an abundance of dishes and foods you could emulate. Of course we are, but, well, it was only quite recently that we established contact. Even holding a conversation was a struggle at first, so imagine our surprise when we sent a mountain of books and documents with no clear instructions. The sheer amount of information was overwhelming. If it wasn't for that encyclopedia I found, we would have been at a loss where to begin. And so we decided, rather than divine our resources to prepare a variety of middling and potentially unsatisfying meals, it would be more efficient to devote our efforts to the production of a single perfect food. That's all well and good, but man cannot live on raw carrots alone. Have you considered cooking them? You mean steaming, boiling, roasting and the like? I suppose we could prepare the carrots in other ways. But our primary concern was efficiency, and what's more efficient than sinking your teeth into a carrot fresh from production? A rather strange approach to take for one named Cooking Way, isn't it? Well, technically speaking, Cooking Way is my given name. When first created, we were all named in the old tongue, you know, but otherwise impenetrable parlance the Watcher speaks. After we received a great tome of words, a dictionary that is, from our collaborators, we learned your language, adverbs, gerunds, present continuous verb conjugations, just the basics. And then we found the term related to our given task and used them to form new names. Aren't they helpful? No, not really, but it does explain a great deal. And therefore, it's why kind deemed such a change necessary. When the rest of your people arrive, we want to be certain they understand immediately what each of us does. You'd never be able to pronounce our original names anyway. I see. I hope our critiques, such as they are, were helpful to you. Well, if you should decide to preserve flora and fauna from Etheris as well, you'd be able to offer the passages a more balanced diet. Under such a day, one I pray comes sooner rather than later, it would appear there is naught but carrots on the menu. And they don't quite understand what your issue is. While I'm sure the Loporrits would hop at the chance to expound upon carrots in exhaustive detail, perhaps time we moved on? I hate to admit it, but I did rather like the carrots. Oh. Hungry for more carrots? Fear not, you can eat to your heart's content after you've seen to the rest of Best Way Explorer. Okay, but I think I might end to the episode here. And next time we look what else the Loporrits have to offer us. And what other misconceptions they may have, probably. Until then, I'm Mace, and don't get lost.